Yo, what up? What up? Good morning, GMG. Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house. Where's Mando at? Tyler, good morning. Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Big day yesterday. We had Pump debut. Big day for our homies over at Sharplink, SBET. They're cruising to new all-time highs out there, and kind of a lot of news yesterday as well down the board. So it was a busy start to the week, and jubilant July. Still headed in the right direction.
Jubilant July. I love that. I'm going to topic that. Pump. Is it Jubilant July? Joyful June, Jubilant July. Is it? Or it's not Rune July? I saw they were up back to prices on scene in 18 months. The strays.
They were red again today. So they had a nice 24
no way.
Yeah. Times are tough.
Oh my God. That's so funny. It's always like, you guys got to stop posting the chart. You got a screenshot from Magic Eden? That one screenshot that everybody likes to post every time it's up like 5%. That one's got to go. Magic Eden, you know what Magic Eden should do? I have an idea, a product idea for Magic Eden. Magic Eden should delete charts and price changes from the Bitcoin ecosystem completely. That way, Bongo, who's listening to the show so attentively, will stop posting screenshots of, that ecosystem being up like 3%. I think that'll help because then you make me go look and I'm like, fuck. And I say shit like this. It's the same price as it was 12 months ago. Anyways, everybody, today on the show, we'll go through the market. We have a lot to cover, so let's cover a bunch of topics today. Some of them we may have missed yesterday, some of them that came in yesterday that we have to talk about. And then we'll do a YEET giveaway again. Yesterday was a cook, no? He won like $980. It's not bad. Won like close to about $1,000. It's not that bad. We've seen better. I hope today's the person's on. We'll do a little lamb chop. I wanted a lamb chop. I'm really digging it. I'm digging a lamb chop. So we'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then last but not least, this show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to a Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. But also Kraken Pro. With Kraken Pro, you get full control over your layout. Drag and drop any module. Customize it all. It's clean, it's smooth, and built for real traders like Tyler. If you trade crypto, check out pro.kraken.com. Trade without trade-offs. Oh, buzzer beater, Mando, baby, right into the... Do I throw you right into the ring or do I ask you what's up? How you doing, Mando?
Hey, guys.
I was about to play jingle. Bro Pop saying it's like buzzer beater, bro. I'm starting to look like you see?
Oh, wow. Look at that.
It's growing fast, dude.
It's Portuguese, man. Pedro Neto.
Yeah. Pedro, Mando Nunes. It's João, Anyways, let's get right into the market with Mando. Then we'll do all the topics that we got to cover with Tyler.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone.
Hello.
So, yeah, we had a little bit of volatility, I would just say. Bitcoin kind of headed down to like 116K, I think, and then it's since bounced to like 118. ETH was down a little bit, but it's now kind of gone back up to close to the top of the range. SUI has remained strong. Hyperliquids kind of hanging out close to all-time highs still. It's it feels a bit more altcoin seasony. Let's put it that way, just because of the strength in ETH versus Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance has gone down to 64.1 right now, which again isn't a crazy move, but I think it's really showing off the strength in ETH here more than most things. I think interesting chart to look at is really ETH versus Solana. like to see that outperformance and breaking out of a pretty long range there. That level of support, right, that was there for a long time. And it looks like we're breaking down below it. So I don't know if that's a continuation of the trend. Obviously, I'm not bearish on Solana, but I have been bullish on ETH, and it's definitely catching the bid as like the chosen one a little bit here. And it's kind of what we just spoke about yesterday. So it's TradFi pumping news from the foundation, and kind of various different treasury companies trying to vie to be the MicroStrategy. I think that's the main one here. It's like it's a far more equal race than no one's ever going to catch MicroStrategy, right? Apart from maybe the Tether vehicle, it's going to be very, very tough to catch MicroStrategy because they have so much Bitcoin. But so everyone wants to be the MicroStrategy of ETH, and there's like two different firms, or at least two different firms, all trying to do it. So it's becoming a nice flywheel for people who kind of own ETH. And I just think this is setting the stage for it to kind of outperform for a little bit here, and maybe that takes altcoins with it. But I'm kind of, it
looks good. It looks so good.
I can't guarantee, like even ETH beta trades, right? Like you're in a couple of those. They are frustrating at times, right? For like Pepper's frustrating. Mog was having a great run, and then it kind of hasn't petered out at all. But like it's definitely not just like it's not just ETH beta. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the same for altcoins. I wouldn't necessarily think we're going to necessarily have some massive altcoin run. I continue to think you have to be very, very selective in what you're owning here, because some stuff just
on ETH, it was really SPX and MOG, and out of nowhere, Turbo yesterday decided to print like $1 million $1 billion% candle.
Yeah,
it's always going to be an odd one. Seems like there's some market maker in control, but you're right. Like Pepe versus Ethereum has underperformed over the last few months. Because I bought Pepe when ETH was 2,600.
Yeah,
and it's lower than and ETH is nearing 3,100 this morning. Yeah. MOG is the outlier here for sure.
So MOG's done well, I guess.
REKT, yeah.
REKT's done okay, yeah, and SPX. But I don't know if we're going to see a full blown altcoin season. Like I just
still going to be selective, right? Like we've talked about this on the show. I think us three many times. Like it's not going to be the alts that you think, but also like XLM is up like 100%. So you still have like the boomer coins and the retail alts are still pumping, dude. Just nobody's in.
Yeah,
like,
there's still
XLM, Hedera, like all of those are going crazy, right? I think Tyler, you posted a chart that they have like the top gainers, and they're all coins that CT's not in.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are getting, I just think that's, and I think I come on here and kind of say the same thing each time, you know. Yeah. Maybe it's bag bias, but that's just what I see. I think this rally, the reason why we're not seeing a full-blown altcoin season is because this more feels like the treasury trade moving to ETH rather than this very large-scale altcoin trade. Macro, we had some CPI data earlier, which was slightly better than expected. I think it points now to a September rate cut. Definitely on the cards. Definitely feels likely here. And stocks were like hitting all-time highs. So pretty good period. In particular, Nvidia is hitting all-time highs. It seems like the restrictions on its ability to sell some chips to China are going to be slightly better. And but bond yields continue to rise. So there's a like slightly worrying bit about things. In terms of memes, it was mainly the Bonk ecosystem which did well yesterday. Pengu is kind of unstoppable at the moment, continues to hit from strength to strength. There's a few others like that, but like SPX, like we just spoke about, but it's not as broad-based, I would say, for meme coins. Pump has slightly taken the wind out of the sails, I think, of some of the market. And I don't know, whenever it feels like Pump rallies, some coins go lower. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but it definitely feels like it has a slight Trump effect about it at the moment, which is that like it is grabbing some on-chain liquidity for sure.
Well, there was that look on-chain page that posted that 2 Farcoin whales rotated like $1 million something or $2 million to Pump, right? And that's
right.
Definitely,
So that makes
definitely
sense.
normal. Like Farcoins that, and by the way, it's not doing bad. It's still in this like range, right? 127, hit 130 like a couple hours ago. So, but it's just, it feels a little stuck there because like the Solana coins are probably a little stuck here until the pump. What do you guys think here? I mean, I deployed 30% of what I wanted to deploy into it yesterday. I like it. Yeah.
Didn't you buy it?
Yeah, I bought the ACO, but I only put 100 grand. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I literally wanted to go bigger, and then I was telling Tyler yesterday after you left. So I bought what I said on the show, and then I had a much larger allocation, so I started DCing it in yesterday. I had some stink bids overnight, nothing hit because it pumped overnight. And then I bid before bed. I still didn't deploy everything I wanted to deploy, but my thesis remains here. Like, I do believe this is going to go higher. Happy to be wrong, or not happy to be wrong, but you know what I mean? I don't want to be wrong, but.
So what was pump fund revenue yesterday?
Tyler, what's the best place for that? I feel like
I'm not sure if there's a great source of truth for that.
Yeah.
I'll try to pull
because we looked for myriad markets and we can never find the source of truth on that.
So like Alan has disputed a lot.
Yeah. He actually disputed the one we had on Myriad that one time. So it's tough.
I'm saying on DeFi Llama 1.34 million in fees on the day.
Okay, still making $1 million a day.
Seems pretty nice.
Uniswap did 3.2, Hyperliquid did 4.2.
Yeah.
Well, I think it can probably go higher, but yeah, I don't know if it's been a good trade, right? Like people are up 50% on size and
40%. A lot of them are selling right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, if people do that on size, they'll sell, right?
Of course.
If people do $1 million in it and they make 500 grand, they might be like, okay, well,
yeah,
I'll take some out. So I don't. This is kind of what I said. I didn't think it was going to be like a 5x, but I think it could be. It could be like top out like a 2x.
Yeah, we got to wait it out, I think. For me, it's just a waiting game. Like, we're waiting on an announcement. We're getting on more to come.
That's been my biggest surprise still. And we were talking about this before the show. I'm a bit surprised that they haven't said like really anything about the token. And I think it's okay to bury a few of the levers, right? Like, you don't necessarily need to come out and announce a full buyback program. But I think some clarity on whether this is like how like this is actually a utility token. Like what does that mean? So I think we don't really even know what this token is yet. Just to be totally blunt, like there's speculation that it's a utility token and they're going to do buybacks, but we don't know that. And this is no info about the airdrop. It's been pretty shocking, I have to say. And it hasn't impacted me personally because I wasn't a big pump trader. Most of my volume is on secondary once coins have migrated and at higher market caps. So I wasn't expecting much of an airdrop, but I am in chats with folks who were large grinders. And they are saying things like, I'm not going back to pump until there is an airdrop. So I think they are at risk of losing users potentially if that is not resolved. And I think the counter to that is people will go wherever the money is. Like if the opportunities are on pump, those traders will go back there. And I agree with that. But we also know this meme coin landscape can get so PvP that if anytime there's a good pump runner, are they just going to PvP it on Bonk? And that's what the next 3 months are going to look like because these guys are all pissed off they didn't get an airdrop. Like that's not super far-fetched. I still think there's going to be an airdrop. I think they'll have burned over their user base too much. And we already know they have that huge bucket for community initiatives from the tokenomics. But again, I'm surprised they haven't shared that. Maybe it's coming this week. I mean, I said it was my easy money bet on Myriad was the airdrop to come in July.
Yeah.
It was at 68%, and it's down to 50-50. It's 50-50 right now, which a little bit of egg on my face here potentially.
I hope not, because me too.
Yeah.
It's at, oh my God, no, it's actually 45.55 now.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Not the easiest money. after all.
It definitely is not. Well, look at its chart.
There was the one speculation that the airdrop wouldn't come for a month. So I guess if you believe that, it's not going to come to August. That just seems like such an arbitrary thing to do to me. I also think if they really go silent, like, you're not going to get the pump. But I'm actually seeing a lot of bullish takes on the timeline. People who think it's going to get to 8 to 10. That's not happening without some big announcements. Like I think we're just going to chop.
No, I get that.
We're just going to chop in this range, and probably weed people out. And like anyone who's on Hyperliquid, the fees are terrible. So it's hard to keep those longs open. So maybe they're just gonna, I don't know, wait people out a bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I only took the trade because I mean, first of all, it's a gamble, not really an investment, and second of all, it's because my thesis is the no airdrop thing is pissing people off, but they never promised anything. But I get it, but they also never did. But I think they will do it, by the way, something small. And the second thesis is they're waiting on sellers. Like there was a stat about how many like sellers transferred over, how many started selling. My thesis, if everyone's like Mando said, like people who put in $1 million, they just made $500,000 in a day. If I put in $1 million, I'd be out today for sure. And so all these people are taking the chips off the table. I think you wait, and then you make the announcements. Then you start spending the money you made. Like I don't think, I know the consensus take is pump fund is here to extract, and they're going to take their $1 billion and fuck off. I feel like that's consensus take, right? I don't think they raised $1 billion to fuck off. But it's somewhat that feels contrarian to say, almost dirty.
I feel like it's the consensus take of among the burned crew who just seems to hate it. But like on my timeline, the consensus take is people showing their buys and their new targets of $10.
Okay. No, there's a lot. Like McKenna's doing that. I think Cook is bullish. I think there's a lot of bigger traders, there's a lot of bigger traders that are definitely long pump here, and that are openly tweeting about it. You're right. Like the consensus amongst the bigger traders on the timeline is to buy. I mean, Mando thinks it's a 2x. Like that still means there's room, right? From here. So just tell trade. All right. Well, that's that on the market side, I guess. Mando, are we waiting for any figures? That's long. I haven't checked in on this. Is there anything coming up that we should?
We had a figure today.
And how was it?
CPI.
It was slightly better than expected.
Okay. Trump in control. So I guess we'll see what happens on that front. Ethereum's looking good. 33,050. You've got what do you got? You got Bitcoin about 117 something. You got Solana slightly above 160. Our Farcoin's at 124. Pumps at 117. So it's 570. Pepe 513. 520 actually. Mog in the 600s and SPX and all that thriving. That useless coin. Wow, love to see that in REKT. Still in the 177. Tyler, let's go to you because I know you got a lot to cover today. Where's my little Tyler thingy?
I do not hear anything. All right, I'll just go into it. Crypto majors, folks, very red on the day, but ETH outperforming. So Bitcoin's down 3%, 118K. ETH even at 30.50, flipping green. Sol at 161 as Fro just went through. Pingu up 10% on the day, leading all movers. Bonk was second up. So Pingu and Bonk in control. In other macro news, the ETH ETFs posted 259 million in net inflows yesterday, a whopping 1.06 billion over the last 4 sessions. I think that's the largest stretch they've had of inflows since the inception about a year ago. Coinbase's CoinStock hit $398 a share yesterday and passing $100 billion in market cap for the first time. That was a big move. We had the Fed, FDIC, and OCC, the big regulators in the U.S. They issued a joint statement on crypto asset safekeeping for banks, basically showing the rules and risk management considerations that banks need to follow to custody crypto for their customers. That is coming and likely soon. And on that note, Standard Chartered announced they are going to start offering spot Bitcoin and ETH custody services for their institutional clients, the first global bank to do that. So some big progress on that front. We also had Bank of America, kind of a sign of the times here. They published a new weekly research article called On Chain, where they're going to start discussing on-chain crypto activity on a weekly basis. And in their first one, they included a section on being bullish ETH. as a picks and shovels play. So more of the bankers are pushing our ETH tokens. In corporate treasury news, Sharplink, pretty big news out of them. So they bought another 24,000 ETH yesterday. That was 73 million. They also disclosed this morning that they are now up over 280,000 ETH in holdings after purchases in the past week. They are now well above the Ethereum Foundation and number one on that board. And it looks like they're going to continue buying. We'll get into more details later. Bit Digital is going to raise another 67 million to buy more ETH. And then Mercurity FinTech Holdings is the newest. They filed with the SEC to launch a $500 million DeFi basket. They're going to start with a long position on Sol and then get into ETH, XRP, ADA, and BNB. So more daily headlines in the Treasury Co space. In token airdrop and protocol news, kind of big day. We had Pump Token go live, opening right around 5.5 billion, 5.7 billion now. Project X from the former PacMoon team, they officially launched their project, starting with an EVM DEX on Hyper EVM and looking to expand into an aggregator across EVM for phase 2. Wallet Connect, great friends of the show, partners, launched their latest WCT token airdrop yesterday for the top 5,000 wallets on Phantom Swap and top 5,000 P-Sol holders. So if you're in that group, go check your airdrop. Fantasy Top announced it's leaving Blast, migrating to Base, and that is opening today at 1 p.m. UTC. So that should be coming up right after the show, I believe, or perhaps even live right now. And then Camino introduced X stocks, or tokenized stocks, into their Camino Lend product, basically putting tokenized stocks into DeFi, which is where we thought this was going to go, but they're moving pretty quickly over there. Rounding this out, AI board fell 6%, 10 billion. The AI coins are largely red. Meme coin leaders were pretty red too, except for Pingu and Bonk. Annie was the on-chain runner, jumping to 16 million in its debut. That is named after Grok's new companion. I'm not sure if you saw this, the anime companions that you can launch from Grok now. So, of course, that ran. Then Useless. What did you show? 360 million in a new all-time high. That thing is not stopping. And then With Strategy debuted. The latest meme coin strategy play, 500,000 with purchase, for like $600,000 or so. So that was the roundup. Oh, Frog, I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Check 1 2.
Yeah, now we can.
Oh, they muted me. There's a lot to cover here. Where do we even start? I mean, we can quickly talk about SBET buying all of Ethereum. There's a lot of Ethereum being bought here. I mean, we could start there because I know you've got skin in that game, and also you just love to see. I mean, Joe Lubin in control, and I like his tweets. Have you been following Joe's Twitter?
Yes, but not closely enough. I feel like I missed a few.
So there's a new nickname for all the people buying all the ETH, and it's called the Extraordinary ETH Accumulator Gentleman.
Yes.
So that's a new nickname. If you're accumulating the ETH, I mean, Mando, I'm assuming with your size, you could be considered one of those. Maybe Joe Lubin Mando needs to like signal his Ethereum buys, and then Joe Lubin will tweet it out. So every time there's a big buy, he's out there tweeting this out and tipping his hat here, as a self-appointed representative of the League of Extraordinary ETH Accumulator. It's pretty long, Joe. It's a pretty long name, Joe. The League of Extraordinary Ethereum Accumulator Gentlemen. That's the name of the league. And he keeps tipping his hat. Did the same thing with BMNR, etc. But maybe take us through their buys. I mean, this is really absurd.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to see them congratulating the other players, right? So those are the two other big players in the ETH accumulation space. And they're not really being super competitive. They're kind of rooting each other on. Yeah. But big news out of Sharplink. So they announced their total holdings, 280,706. That's $840 million worth of ETH. They acquired 75,000 ETH in the past week. I believe that does not count the 24,000 they bought yesterday. So they are now over 300,000 ETH in real time. They're now the number one holder. And they also announced that they had $413 million in proceeds from their At the Money program last week, of which $257 million still remains for new ETH buys. So I think we can expect likely at least another 100 million in buys this week, if not more. And then Degenz has been covering this closely. He expects them to file another ATM to continue doing this here in the near future as well. And I don't really know why they would slow down. So I think we started talking about this during the dip, right? It had the huge run up, and then it sold off the stock, SBET stock, when everything corrected. And we were talking about how they need to really start getting on the buy trail, and they've done it and fast. Like the pace of this has been pretty extreme. I mean, they're closing in on $1 billion in holdings, and the stock. I mean, for folks looking at this from an investment angle, you need to be conscious of the NAV premium. So it's trading at $26 a share right now, 1.9 billion market cap. So basically 2x NAV. So we can expect some perhaps sell pressure from the ATM program. So you shouldn't be surprised to see that premium perhaps come back down to earth a bit. But if you're buying it, you're basically expecting them to continue running this program out and just continuing to accumulate. And it's looking really strong.
Yeah, you guys, there's a lot of things going on in ETH, and this is fucking bullish. I mean, everybody is max buying Ethereum. What's the so you said they're buying more than the daily
It's like a crazy amount. I'll try to find the tweet. Sassel has been tweeting this on a daily basis.
because there's still a lot of ETH in production. Like I know after the merge it started burning every day, but there's like a lot of ETH being printed every day at this stage.
I mean, there's a lot less ETH than there is Bitcoin.
Really?
I just sent you so net new ETH issuance yesterday.
You can check Bitcoin on that chart, right? Hit Bitcoin.
Where?
You see on the ETH supply, you can click Bitcoin to go down slightly, go down slightly.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And that's if you stayed through the work. So
interesting.
The numbers are staggering. So
you do the last year as well. I think it's the last 30 days.
Yeah, I'll do it for you since the merge. Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
That's interesting. I didn't see that. That's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, ETH supply is not really going up that much. That's something that.
Well, it's being gobbled up anyways, right? Like they're buying way more than the supply that's being put out there. I think Tyler covered that the other day, but it's like an insane number.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Bitcoin supply is going to halve every 4 years, and that's kind of how it's going to go. But like at scale, I think there's still a hope that ETH would burn.
And it's crazy. They have
So the question is whose ETH are they buying basically? Because the net new issuance was 2,200 ETH yesterday, 6.5 million. The net inflows from the ETH ETFs was 260 million, so 40x.
Wow.
My anecdotal read, and I'm curious if you have a read on this too, Mando, is that it's like there's this cohort kind of similar to like the ancient Bitcoin whales that we talk about, right? There's the early buyers who are up still massive on their ETH ICOs. And then there's also this cohort of people who bought in that $2,000 to $4,000 range, or perhaps even higher. And they've been down and just kind of looking for an exit. And some of them are just taking this opportunity to exit. But curious if you have a read on kind of where some of the sell pressure might be coming from.
Yeah, I think so. I think the difficulty about ETH is that I do think there's been sellers. I do think there has been. There's a lot of people, I think, even from the ICO days that have been taking profits in ETH, right? I think maybe what's happened here is we're starting to see a change. Like there's a lot of do what I say, not what I do with ETH holders. I felt like for the last few years, it was always like, oh, keep hold of your ETH. And then it was like, ETH founder sells, 100 million ETH. It's like, oh, okay. It does feel like some of those headlines are diminishing. The main one is the foundation, obviously.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot less of that, and maybe we are starting to see that even like the people that are involved in the early ICO are not selling their bags. But I think ETH is going to run into more supply on the way up than maybe Bitcoin does. That's just my view. I do think that there is a trade here where people that own Bitcoin do rotate into ETH, and I mean that from TradFi.
Okay.
I think there's not maybe from like the Bitcoin.
Yeah, not the Bitcoiners.
OGs, but the people that are in it for more of a trade in TradFi, I do think you'll start to see. I mean, we kind of already saw it when ETF inflows were outperforming Bitcoin, but I just think that people will look at those two stories and think, oh, ETH's got a bit of. They'll see what we're seeing right now, which is like the flywheel's working well, and they might get onto it. Like ETH is like TradFi's altcoin play, right? So they'll probably just see it as like the slightly more upside. So I continue to think there's a world where Bitcoin and ETH do well, but maybe ETH starts to slightly outperform Bitcoin. That's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, the supply, it's difficult to know. Like, there's a lot of people that I think could sell ETH, right?
That's my read. And I'm actually thinking about running a poll out, but like if you had to pick one, Bitcoin or ETH outperforming the rest of 2025, which one are you picking? Yeah, I feel like I'm actually on ETH side.
I think ETH, but we talked about this on the show, I think a couple weeks ago, right? Last week we did what do you think, man, Dr.? Because Tyler and I kind of talked about this. Like, we're like talking about the upside of ETH and the upside of Bitcoin. I don't know.
I think he's been pretty open with his ETH positions. So I think those positions probably speak for themselves.
What did you say that for? Sorry, I'm just doing this, man.
He's eating it already.
What did you say? What did you ask?
ETH versus Bitcoin to outperform by end of year.
Yeah, I mean, I've been pretty vocal. I don't know actually until the end of the year, but I do think ETH is going to hit 4K, and then
you're fucking off, and then you're going to eat it.
Yeah.
Thank you for understanding.
Thank you for understanding.
I was looking back at the Bitcoin ETH chart or the ETH Bitcoin ratio, and it was 20-1 in January, which feels like such a far off ratio.
Yeah, I mean, if ETH really does start to outperform Bitcoin, zoom out.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't look at the lows, I'd look at the fucking highs. Like, this thing has been destroyed over the last 2 to 3 years, right? There was a world where people thought ETH would flip Bitcoin. Now one of them trades at 400 billion and one of them trades at 2 trillion, like 2 and a bit trillion. There's a lot of room for ETH to outperform if people really do think that this has got legs.
All right. Well, we'll see that in the coming weeks. That's for sure. There's definitely a lot of people buying that Ethereum. What else you have for us, Tyler?
Yeah, let's go through this. There's a lot of protocol news. So we talked about Pump already. Fancy Top kind of putting perhaps the final nail in the coffin of Blast. So they said, all right, we're finally going to cut ties and migrating to Base. Interesting move for one. So they had launched their free-to-play game on Monad.
Yeah.
So perhaps speculation that's where they're focused. But going the Base route, and now you perhaps unlock some of that Base marketing engine, which is big and powerful. And we're going to start seeing, Jesse Pollack get behind Fantasy Top, and he was actually talking about buying people's cards over this past weekend. So I think that's something to be excited about if you're still in the Fantasy Top game. They still have their diehard group of users. Not that many apps, I'd say, of Fantasy Top size have really been able to keep that diehard group, and they really have been running it out for over a year now. I don't know the exact dates, but I'm pretty confident it's over a year. So they're still going. Excited to see what they are going to be able to pull off on Base, and then Blast. I guess we've already kind of had the funeral, but what is their
Nothing.
I guess
It's over.
Who's going to turn the lights out?
The TVL is like 30 mil. TVL is like 30 mil from $2 billion.
So a bit of a disappointing story. I think this from where hopes were, expectations just a year ago, and kind of how that's played out. So I think that if you would have told us all that a year ago, I think we'd have been pretty surprised that it would have gone this way. At least I would have been pretty surprised, I think. but opens the door for other chains to come in. Certainly, I think the news out Camino was an interesting one. They're introducing tokenized stocks into DeFi. So I think that was always when we first started talking about tokenized stocks and how it's a big unlock for crypto and on chain. That was one of the big drivers and use cases for why it matters. So that now you can build an NVIDIA position and you can loop it for leverage. You can get a loan against it. You can use it as collateral to be able to get some USDC back to be able to play in crypto or to buy more stocks, which is difficult to do in TradFi, at least for a normal user. So that is certainly an unlock. And I feel like the tokenized stocks kind of came out like with a lot of folks maybe kind of laughing or just kind of smirking at the idea. And I don't think it helped that we kind of bucketed them with the private secondary tokenized stocks as well, like SpaceX or OpenAI. And then that was kind of just poo-pooed on right out of the gate, even from OpenAI themselves. Right. But the tokenized stock aspect is interesting. I think it could be a pretty big market for crypto growth over the next 3 to 4 years once the liquidity comes in and more users start playing. So I think it's definitely an interesting area to watch. And especially now that like we've got these treasury codes. So like I'm finding myself on a daily basis. Like I made like 3 or 4 stock trades yesterday.
I know. I love
more
that.
And I didn't make any meme trades yesterday. And like I've got my pump position, which I've been actively monitoring. I didn't add to it yesterday. I like the 5 billion level on that token for what it's worth as a quick side. I think there's strong bid pressure at that number. But I didn't really hit that. I didn't see it live. And my entry is I'm kind of even here at 5.5. So I haven't added. But anyways, I think the idea of being able to do all of that, stock trading, coin trading in one place is very interesting. And we've seen the orders of magnitude of capital in the traditional markets is like 40x or something. What's in crypto. So it's a massive difference. And you start to unlock that. So I think that's been cool to see. And
How's that
continue?
How's that crypto week going? I saw there was some announcement from the Fed, et cetera. But how's that going? Because I know it's this week, right? We're only day 2, obviously much more to come. But
yeah, not a whole lot of news out of that. I saw some feedback from Maxine Waters. She's critical of the bills. I think that should be a huge surprise coming from her. We'll see if Eleanor Tourette has anything to say. I didn't see much in the way of progress. Looks like, okay, so House will hold a procedural vote to establish the terms of a floor debate for the act. So they're going to have a debate next, it looks like, is what's going to happen perhaps today. And I guess still pushing for a vote this week. I thought the vote was going to happen yesterday, so a bit surprised. Maybe it's moving a little slower than they anticipated. We did get a sound bite out of one of these governing bodies here this morning. So the U.S. House Committee on Financial Services says the era of digital assets is no longer just a promise, it's a national priority. So I think that's just another comment showing the importance of crypto and the government's focus on it right now, which is just another good note to see and hear as we continue to think the bigger risk in all of this is Dems coming to power in 2028 and reversing course. But I think we're going to have made too much progress in that time for that to be a reality. That continues to be my point of view on all of that. And then the news out of the regulators yesterday was this was a joint issue from the OCC, the Fed, and the FDIC, who are the primary 3 regulators of all the big banks in the United States. Their guidance was explaining basically how to do crypto asset safekeeping for banks. What are the risks they need to consider from holding private keys? How are they going to manage that? How are they going to manage cybersecurity risk? How are they going to think about which assets they even offer and what the other considerations might be and how they're going to have the necessary infrastructure to support those type of assets. And then, of course, your standard compliance risk, third-party risk, audit, and oversight. I think why this matters is it shows that the U.S. regulators are clearly opening the door for crypto custody for these banks. Like your JP Morgans of the world, they offer, you can buy IBIT via their investment platform, but you cannot hold Bitcoin on JP Morgan Chase. I think there's a good chance that changes. Well, it's going to change in the next 1 to 2 years. I think there's a chance it changes as soon as this year. I think it's clear that that's where the wind is blowing. There's a lot to unpack there, right? There's the whole like early tagline, not your keys, not your cryptos. So you have to start thinking through that. You start thinking through like, what does it mean for Coinbase? Like for me, like I don't really see a point in holding any crypto assets on Coinbase if I could also hold it at my bank, unless they're offering some type of perhaps DeFi or higher yield or something. So I think will Coinbase will that force their hand a bit? That's an interesting downstream impact to this. So it's something to have on folks' radars and a bit to unpack. But I think that's clearly where we're going.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that side of the space. I don't think that's the one place that's going to keep growing endlessly, right? At this stage, the institutional bid, the institutional like interest for crypto in general, not just Bitcoin anymore. I think that's just going to keep it going. So love that. Anyways, quickly, today the code is ETH, as if you couldn't tell, leaderboards.com or something like that. It's on the kick.com/Degenz live. Come watch us on Kick, y'all. We're the 5th largest stream in the category. In the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st are just like random people.
Wow, that's crazy already.
Yeah, dude, it's like a bunch of fucking randos too that are sharing charts that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 right now, and they don't have much more viewers than us. The first one is 268. We're at 158. So like, all it takes is 100 more recurring listeners. Like, sorry, not recurring, live listeners, and it will kick ass. And 153 right now live. We've been hit at consistently. We're at 539 followers. And then one other thing, Sims put up a lot of work today on the stream, on our Kick page to clean it up, put all the links, etc., to REKT, to YEET, to MYRIAD. But we also have subscriber emotes now. And like we talked about yesterday, if you get subscribed month to month for a Kick, we're able to do more with the platform. We get verified, become official partners, etc. I see you, Chop. And so we have all these new emotes that are super fun. Like with this one for Mando drinking his milkshake. This one for me, the mustache. Tyler's is insane. Someone please post Tyler's. It's great. With the one where it's him, the Rizzler, Rizzler Ty. There it is. You have Tyler's emote. I love that. And so there's a bunch of emotes available, but a bunch of other things that you get access to as well. And maybe down the line, who knows, maybe once a week we start doing one of the 5. We have 5 giveaways per week. Why don't we just do 1 giveaway per week to the subs? Like we can decide that. That doesn't mean we're going to do it right off the bat. I'm just saying like this idea I'm throwing out there, but definitely subscribe, especially if you won one of the giveaways. That $4.99. We give you guys $500 minimum if you win this. Shout out to the top subs here. Absolutely love that. I'm still new to the Kick and live streaming game, so maybe I'm not good at calling this stuff out. But let me get in the groove here, all right? And you guys should definitely come pay attention as we give away $1,000 a day, man. So 2 subs to go. That's what it is. 2 subscriptions to go, right? Sims, and then there's something going on here.
It's a little bit funky because people have gifted like 10 to 15 subs today, so they're just handing subs out to other people, which is amazing, and we thank you for that. We earn a bit of revenue, other people earn subs. But the disappointing thing is that Kick doesn't classify them as a real sub for when we go for partnership, because that means that anybody could just go to their, what we were speaking about yesterday, to their page and gift themselves 30 subs and just buy the partnership.
Hey, yeah, bro, look at that.
Like this Abrax guy is giving like 15 to 20 away today to people. Yeah. Amazing, thank you. We really appreciate it. But it won't actually count towards our partnership. It's individual account subs only.
Okay. Well, he still gives us 5. So shout out to AI, bro. Appreciate you for that. We should make multiple accounts. You guys are funny. Chop, what a punk. All right, yeah, you should. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing chop.
If
You
I'm
don't have
fucking
to.
short, 60 grand out of it.
That was nice. That dude, we gave away three. Dude, we like I didn't add it up. It's like $1.78 million. Anyways, kick.com/Degenz Live, DEGENZ LIVE. You get REKT Radio. You get Underexposed today. Actually, I mean, I have a call now every time. This time pisses me off. Such a good show. And then tomorrow you have REKT Radio, which is extremely entertaining. So love to see that. Man, I wanted to ask you: are you wearing an ankle monitor around your wrist? Like, are you on house arrest? What that's
This is a Whoop, bro. This is a Whoop.
Yeah, yesterday your Whoop was like the size of.
Oh,
like,
I just have the charger.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, this guy's on house arrest for sure. Like,
They haven't got me yet.
they haven't got me. I got you yet. Nah, they won't. Anyways, is there anything else before we get to the YEET giveaway?
The only thing is, I feel like I rock the Pingu hat. I have a Pudgy PFP. I feel like we're not really giving enough airtime to this Pingu run.
I mean, it's up 10% a day. That's the tweet.
It hit 3 billion FTV today.
Sheesh.
Like, I mean, it is close to all-time highs. Like,
fuck, dude.
Not many people have bought higher than this.
Anyone who got airdropped and held this entire time is now back to even, pretty much, because you couldn't really sell at the beginning.
Yeah, you kicked yourself for not selling that day. Like, it ran up that first month, right? Well, it had the huge spike on day one, where like that was actually a great time to sell. But you had to really time it well. And then it kind of grinded up for a month. And then, I mean, that was a terrible drawdown. Like, if you want to talk about shakeouts, like that was a tough shakeout.
That's a shakeout.
And then it started curling. And I'll be honest, I didn't think it was going to go vertical like this.
Nobody did, I think.
And I think a lot of people are off sides. Like, shout out to anyone who held through all this. Like, they're feeling great. And then, of course, anyone who bought the bottom. So then now, what's it up off the bottom? It's up.
I'll tell you right now.
Like 7x.
Let me pull up the tools from the bottom here. You think, or there? Which one?
Let's do the real bottom. Yeah,
the real bottom. Oops. Sorry. So it's about here to like it was up 839%. Right now it's up 783%.
That's a big rebound.
That's like a REKT move at this stage. And you can like Pudgy has a lot of liquidity. Like it's listed on like you could have taken that trade with size here.
Oh yeah. Actually, REKT is what came to mind. It is a pretty similar comeback.
Just a larger coin with even more liquidity, but it's a similar comeback, right?
And I'm very curious where it goes from here. Like they had the ETFs coming down the pipe. I mean, I think there's going to be questions about what kind of inflows can you really expect into that product. But the brand expansion just continues. They've got a game coming out here soon that they're just advertising yesterday. So there's a lot coming down the pipe. And I think Luca said at one of his interviews that the biggest announcement of this year hasn't even happened yet. And he's great about that. Like, driving the hype. So I don't know. I'm not calling tops on this thing anytime soon. I think it's got room to run. Of course, I won't be surprised if it cools off after going vertical in a month and a half. But
I don't know, dude. That's impressive. Shout out to them. They're fucking smashing it. There's nothing else to say, right?
Yeah.
The face of NFTs.
Go Pingu.
Go Penguin. I mean, you saw Jan Van Eyck yesterday was rocking the penguin hat in the thingy. So it's pretty impressive. Anyways, shout out to them. There's love to see that. Well, hopefully when they have the big announcement, it's probably come on and chat about all that stuff. Love to see it. Anyways, it's YEET o'clock. It's time to give some money away to a lucky listener, lucky subscriber, lucky person that is with us on Kick.
Little note today, we had 110 people enter, but nearly 30 of them didn't place a bet this week. So they've been removed.
By this week, what do you mean, though?
So this resets every Friday evening after the show. So that means
so they can Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
They can even do it like when the show's live on the day of. Like today, they could have put a bet on today, and it would have clicked in. Like the API.
Come on, y'all, go play a little Coin Racer. Drop a little $10 on Coin Racer. Do your thing. Maybe you hit. Just do Bitcoin every time. Well, actually, Ethereum has been hitting. All right, let's get Let's get a little thingy. Appreciate all the subs, guys. Honestly, it means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting us back. We love that. H. H-A-I-T-C-H. What up? Congratulations. You win. Come get your money. Come get your money. Come get your money. What's his name? H. Is he here? H-A-I-T-C-H-2. Are you here? Are you with us? Are you with us? Is he with us, Timothy? H-A-I-T-C-H.
I'm a bit worried. I've added it twice. It's not popping up in the chat, which is a little bit worrying.
I mean, if he's not in the chat, he ain't winning.
It's not in the chat. We can't go ahead with it.
Are we gonna have? Yeah, I really want this Christos guy to win, dude. He is so funny in the comments.
Where is it?
We're tagging him. We're gonna give him like 30 seconds before we roll because you know the rules. Oh wait, maybe he's coming on Spaces. One second. I don't see any requests here.
We're not doing that as a rule anymore, so people should know that by now.
I mean, it's you got to be there, or else you're not winning, dude. All right, reroll.
That for me is a reroll.
We'll get it. In worst case, he was here, got a DM, wasn't there, and we'll give it to him tomorrow. But he's not here. He just reroll. People love the reroll. I don't see winner.
Is it not showing your side?
Midzi. Congratulations. It's bugging a bit.
Did Mitzi win like in the last couple weeks?
I'm literally checking that as we speak to make sure.
Midzi.
That would be Midzi Plays if he's in.
What?
Midzi Plays, is he online?
Midzi Plays.
Oh, there's Heich. Oh.
Heich is here now. Oh.
Always happens, right? But
Dude,
you miss it, right?
It's always the same shit.
Midzi is here, is he? Yeah, he's there. He is there. We just didn't see him. He's there. He's answering. Right. Okay, we'll go for Midzi.
What do we do? Okay, we'll deal with Heich later. Let's give Midzi's thing. We'll talk behind the scenes after the show and see how we deal with Heich. All right, Midzi. What do we do for Midzi?
Well, we got a shitload of. I say a shitload. We have new sub emotes. We have the new. We have the lamb chop sub emotes. So maybe some lamb chop to celebrate.
All right, lamb chop, and then your boy's got to run. All right. There's a little lamb chop. So congratulations, Midzi. You make $500. So right off the bat, $500 is yours. We're going to play 2 rounds of $250. Midzi, I'm assuming you know the rules. Pick a level from easy, medium, hard, very hard, and Death Wish. You don't have to sub, Midzi. Just answer the answer. Play with me in the comments. What level do you want it? Easy, medium, hard, very hard, or Death Wish?
Easy.
What do you say?
Easy. All right, you got to run the tracks. You got to run the tracks now.
All right, we're gonna have to run the tracks, yeah. Do we just run the tracks? Is that the new rule?
Whoa.
Uh-oh, that's a good sign.
What did he say? What is he saying?
Sign.
Okay, Midzi, are we doing tracks or and the tracks?
He says to the tracks at a minute.
To the tracks, all right, go for it.
He said 10?
He says to the tracks at a
To the tracks.
To the tracks. To the tracks.
Oh, no. After the buddy? Come on.
Really?
That's a good sign.
Mando?
Tracks. Do you want to do tracks again, Midzi? Same again? Send it?
Tracks again? Or that was his comments earlier? Let's see.
Yeah, let's give him another chance.
He's like, damn. You pick how many you want to play.
Chat lags, yeah.
Yeah, there's a tiny lag now. Yeah, tracks again.
Tracks again. All right,
Go.
let's go. Let's run.
On easy.
Go.
Come on.
Flip the switch, Mando.
Give us that RTP. Why is it bugging?
LTP.
It bugs now, by the way, the game.
Oh, no.
There you go.
Oh, big knockout. Big
Boom,
knockout.
boom, boom, boom.
Knock him out.
Same
Oh, boy. Is this secretly Death Wish?
Mando!
Sorry, man. You have me back on the stream now.
Mando!
Turned off the RTP for a bit.
Same place! We're the same thing!
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Mitzi. Well, you still win $500. Hey, listen. Maybe that means that whoever plays tomorrow, you guys are gonna win on Death Wish. All right, Mitzi. You still make $500. So congratulations for that. With that, we'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.